Go. What's going on, G-Dot family? You already know it's your boy G.TZ back with another BZ. It's me, you, and Pluto. Pluto, you know what I'm saying? Every time I say his name, he trying to jump up on me and shit, man. I gotta wait till I get on my videos. Finna go on a walk right after this, baby. I promise. You know I got you. My word is bond, baby. But y'all already know we got another crazy ass video to get into today. We react to Young Dolph, Paper Route Empire versus Trula Mafia. I don't even know who Trula Mafia is. I thought Dolph and them was into it with CMG, but I guess it's extra beef that's going on in, you know what I'm saying, in Memphis. I don't know what the hell going on in Memphis, but I know everybody say I look like Dolph, so I gotta respect RP Dolph. And I used to listen to his music a lot. I still do. But back in the day when he used to come out with all the mixtapes and everything, bro, I'm telling you, I used to be a super fan of Dolph, bro. I'm the only one riding around Chicago playing this shit. Straight trapped out. And I ain't even trapped. But I'm just telling you, man, I love Dolph, man. That he died, but you know we gotta react to this to see the real truth and see what happened. So before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new banging ass video. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, GuaboyG., and Twitter, GuaboyG.. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the video.
Young Dolph's death shocked the city of Memphis and the entire rap game.
Right.
But most people have no idea about the deadly war that led to him getting killed in his hometown. So
and it's crazy as hell that he got killed going to get, like, you feel me? I heard he wasn't even going to get no, like, cookies and nothing. I heard he was dropping off some money so they could basically do something in the neighborhood for the kids and everything and for the community. And that's messed up. He was just too real for it. He was just too real. He's just too real. He was riding, I don't think he was solo, but he was riding with one nigga going to do something for the community, and he was just literally too real for the industry, too real for the streets.
They were breaking it all down and taking a look at the crazy beef between Paper Route Empire and the Trula Mafia. Back in the day, Young Dolph's Paper Route crew and Trula Mafia was cool with each other, and a Trula member named J Money was real tight with Dolph. J Money was allegedly one of the most active dudes that Trula had in the streets.
Right.
But at the same time, he was going hard in the booth, and it looked like he could be the next rapper out of Memphis to make it big.
Okay.
Dolph and J Money linked up in the studio for a few tracks together, and people close to the situation say that Dolph was his biggest inspiration. Most rappers popping off in Memphis had to link up with another artist or major label to get their clout up in the industry, but Dolph made his own lane and did it all by himself. Going independent was a huge win for Dolph and proved he didn't need anybody's help to get put on. But his success is also what led to him getting brutally murdered. Before we get to that though, we gotta break down what was going on behind the scenes.
Right.
According to rumors, J Money was getting busy in the streets and really putting pressure on the ops. And he caught a murder charge in 2014 for allegedly killing his own homie. A dude named Denzel Monroe was driving down the street when J Money started letting off shots. Monroe hopped out of the whip to let J Money know it wasn't some ops rolling up, but Jay allegedly kept shooting till Monroe was dead. J Money got hit with first-degree murder and 5 counts of attempt.
That's why I be telling y'all, bro, to not get in the streets, because there's so many things about the streets that y'all niggas don't even know, bro. Like, niggas get backdoored all the time. Shit like this happen all the time. People just accidentally just do stuff all the time. Like, it's not what you think. All these rap songs and all this shit, you know, they're not telling the truth, okay? And just because you see some rappers or some hood niggas, let me tell you something, bro. If a girl, a hood nigga, and that's her type, that's not the girl you want. Just being 100% real with you. That's not what you should be looking for.
Attempted murder, but it's not clear how the situation shook out or why he started shooting in the first place. Jay was on his way up in the rap game, but keeping one foot in the trenches led to him getting killed just a couple years later.
Damn.
On August 20th, 2016, J Money was outside of a nightclub called Kitten's Cabaret when a dude named Freddie Yarber shot and killed him. The police said it was a gang-related hit, but it's not clear what set Yarber was repping. He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and being a convicted felon in possession of a handgun. And in 2019, he went down for 15 years over the case. J Money's death was a huge.
You gotta think about that though. 15 years for a murder. There's niggas that get caught with a pound and they get 30 years, and you got 15 years for a murder. The justice system is just fucked.
Trula Mafia. He was one of the most feared dudes in the city and was calling all the shots for the crew. Jay was putting on for Trula Mafia in the rap game too and giving them even more clout. After he died, Trula started having all kinds of internal drama, and that's when they split into 2 different sides and started a war that eventually got Dolph killed. Big Scar came up in the streets repping Trula Mafia. After J Money's death, everyone started having static with each other, so Scar left and started his own crew, Rich and Ruthless, aka Double R. He brought some of his homies with him like Baby K, Kato 2 Times, and Tink, and at first everything was all good between Double R and Trula. But that all changed after someone in Trula murdered a Double R affiliate named BG. All the drama started when BG and a dude from Trula named Simo sparked some kind of beef. At first it was just between the two of them, but when you both repping sets in a wild city like Memphis, it's only a matter of time before the crews get involved. Simo's older brother Zamo Trula is another high-ranking member of the Trula Mafia, and they always roll with dudes like Jay Mula, Zay, and Go Crazy. BG and Simo were dissing back and forth on social media, and Trula allegedly escalated the situation and slid on him. BG was riding around with a Double R affiliate named 2-3 when some homies in another car pulled up and started letting off shots. BG was shot and killed, and 2-3 ended up in critical condition. It was rumored C-Mode, Zay, and Go Crazy was the ones who took him out, and that was later confirmed when the cops put Go Crazy and hit him with first-degree murder, 3 attempted murders, assault, and use of a firearm commissioned of a dangerous felony. Crazy confessed to the shooting and took the fall for everything, but that was only the beginning. While Go Crazy was dealing with the BG murder situation, C-Mode was in juvie for a different case, and while he was behind bars, Double R allegedly clapped back and took out one of his closest homies. Zay and C-Mode came up together and allegedly slid on BG, and while C-Mode was locked up, Zay was shot and killed. It didn't take long for Trula to get revenge though. 2-3 survived getting shot the night he got caught in the whip with BG, but he wasn't so lucky the next time the ops found him. They pulled up to his crib and started letting off shots into the apartment, and 2-3 and his dad both got hit. Unfortunately, this time, he ain't pulled through and was pronounced dead. After C-Mode came back.
That's why Memphis so goddamn wild, bro. That shit gets so deep. Like, I know Chicago is wild, bro, but Memphis like the gutter south, wild, wild west. You don't know what the going on at any time. Everybody beefing with everybody. And every story I hear about Memphis just be wild as hell, from Dolph to Black Youngster to Moneybag to Finesse 2 times. It always be some wild, out the fucking blue country ass shit. Like, what the hell is going on in Memphis, y'all?
Back home, he jumped right back in the trenches and allegedly slid on Double R again. In January 2020, C-Mode, Jay Mula, and a dude named CEO Bobby all got booked after they got into a shootout in the middle of the day. The cops responded to the shooting and the Trula guys tried to speed off, but after running a few red lights, they crashed their whip and the police caught up to him.
Yeah.
C-Mode already had a bunch of charges against him, but after he bonded out, he hopped in the booth and started putting pressure on Double R in the rap game too. He dropped a track called Send a Hit and got a lot of buzz in the city, but Double R was clapping back in the booth as well. J Money's brother D Money was shot and killed on Trick Street in Memphis, and CEO Jizzle from Double R dissed him on the track Rich and Ruthless and rapped, "If you diss on 2-3, swear to God it's gonna be RIP. You ain't hear what happens to the last dude, got left on Trick Street." Baby K was the first Double R rapper to get some buzz, but he convinced Big Scar to hop in the studio and he blew up instantly. Scar was racking up crazy numbers from the jump, and it ain't take long for Gucci Mane to reach out and sign him to 1017. Scar had connections in the industry because his cousin Pooh Shiesty was already signed to Gucci, and they started putting on for Memphis together like crazy. Making it in the rap game don't mean you safe from the streets though, and in 2020 the ops caught Big Scar and almost killed him. He took a gunshot to the hip, but the bullet wound went up his spine and into one of his lungs.
God
Scar
damn.
barely survived the shooting, but he showed the ops that it wasn't gonna slow him down, and he hopped right back in the booth. Big Scar was also tight with Young Dolph and said he was a huge inspiration. Dolph was in a tough spot though because of what was going down between Double R and Trula Mafia. Back in the day, he was cool with a lot of dudes on the Trula side, but he also had homies in Double R and even signed a rapper from the crew named Big Rap fans who don't keep up with Memphis street politics ain't think it was a big deal, but in the city it was huge news. Dolph and J Money was super close before Jay's murder. His death caused a lot of drama between everyone in Trula Mafia, but rumors say what really caused the split was when Big Scar hooked up with D Money's girl. After Double R and Trula went to war, D Money was allegedly killed by Big and that's why so many people were shocked that Dolph signed him to his label, Paper Route Empire. Dolph had been pretty neutral during the whole beef, but signing Big turned him into one of Trula's biggest ops immediately.
See, he probably wasn't. Look, Dolph don't even strike me as the type of nigga that's finna pick sides and no shit like that. Like, he only signed him probably because he like, okay, this nigga rapping, he hard, let me sign him, let me work with him. Like, I like this nigga music. I doubt he signed him on some, I don't like this nigga, I'm finna go against them, I'm finna sign with these niggas in the streets and all that. Like, that's why I'm saying the streets just a joke, bro, because, man, the streets just a joke at this point, because you mad because he hit your girl and now you want to shoot it out and do all this shit, and you mad because Dolph signed him, but y'all not rapping, so you ain't got no, like, what are we talking about?
And it's what allegedly got him killed. Dolph came up in the streets and knew how hard it was to make it out of Memphis. What made him different though is how he did everything on his own. He could have signed with Yo Gotti back in the day and made everything easier for himself, but instead he invested his own money into the rap game and started taking over. By 2020, Dolph was already a living legend in Memphis, but at the same time his old homies was in the middle of a deadly war. Jay Mula came home from jail after serving time from the shooting when he got locked up with C-Mode and CEO Bobby. Rumors was flying that a dude from Double R named Keto 2 times robbed him and took his gun after he got back.
God damn.
Mula said it was all cap and that he had used the gun to shoot up Double R and then gave it to one of his little homies. At the same time, his homie C-Mo was still applying pressure on Double R. They allegedly shot him twice, but C-Mo survived and went right back to sliding on ops. The cops finally booked him after a bunch of shootings, and they even connected him to BG's murder from back in the day. C-Mode was one of Trula's top shooters, and he allegedly even shot up the same house twice in the same week. He slid into Double R territory and started letting off shots at some dudes inside the crib but missed everyone. So a few days later, C-Mode came right back and shot at 2 people who were standing outside at the same spot. C-Mode getting locked up was a massive blow for Trula Mafia, but another dude in the set named CEO Teezy held it down for the crew, and this is how it all allegedly led to young Dolph's tragic death. Teezy wasn't just Dolph's op because of the issues with Trula Mafia. He also had ties to Yo Gotti and was spotted kicking it with Gotti's brother. Gotti and Dolph had major issues ever since Dolph decided to go independent instead of signing with him back in the day. When Dolph turned him down, Gotti signed Black Youngster instead and allegedly tried to take Dolph out twice. The first time happened after Dolph dropped a wild diss track called Play With Your Bitch and rapped, "Don't play with me, ho Gotti, you a hoe, man. You went from my biggest fan to my biggest hater, begging me to sign with you, but I had too much paper. Still that same nigga that used to front your big brother. Found out he a bitch too, now I call him your big sister. And they said the on your team iron your draws. They say you make them pussy ass niggas call you boss, but they can't call you king because that's dope."
I ain't gonna lie. When he came out with that song, that was some of the hardest, most disrespectful shit that I ever heard. But it wasn't like, he wasn't talking about bodies and shit. He was just dissing the nigga. Like, he was just talking shit. And I miss Dolph because, man, that 100 shots, oh, man, I miss Dolph, man. That shit was real rap, bro. That was real shit when he tried that, man.
The day after Dolph dropped the video for the track, someone slid on him in North Carolina and let off over 100 shots into an SUV. Black Youngster was charged for the shooting, but the cops ended up dropping the case against him because they ain't have enough evidence. Then a few months later, Dolph allegedly hunted Gotti down in LA to confront him over everything. It's not clear exactly how the situation popped off, but Dolph ended up getting shot 3 times. Dolph pulled through and made a full recovery, and after that, the beef with Gotti died down. But after Dolph was shot and killed in 2021, everyone immediately thought Gotti and CMG were involved with the situation. Dolph's issue with Gotti wasn't the only drama he was dealing with in Memphis though. Right. And the war between Double R and Trula Mafia is allegedly what really got him killed. Dolph was at his favorite bakery buying cookies when 2 shooters hopped out of a stolen Benz and started letting off shots. The first dude the cops suspected for Dolph's death was a rapper named Straight Drop. They grabbed another dude named Cornelius Smith at first, then Straight Drop got caught trying to run in Indiana the same day. A few months later, they arrested a dude named Hernandez Govan and claimed he's the one who ordered the hit, but it turns out there might be more to the story. Joshua Taylor, aka CEO Teezy from Trula Mafia, was named as a person of interest in the case. He never got booked for Dolph's murder, but rumors say he helped plan the whole thing. A dude named Jamarcus Johnson was also arrested for helping the shooters escape after Dolph's death, and he ended up pleading guilty and agreed to testify against everyone else in the case so his murder charge would get dropped. There's a good chance that Johnson would have gotten Teezy jammed up in the case too when he took the stand, but the ops caught up to Teezy before the police had the chance. Back in June, Teezy was found dead in his whip from gunshot wounds. Nobody's been booked for his murder, but there are a couple rumors going around about what happened. One version says that Dolph's homies from Paper Route Empire or Double R killed Teezy for revenge. Teezy was already Double R's op, so they had a reason to take him out. But if they knew he was involved with Dolph's murder, it would definitely put a bigger target on his back. There's also a wild rumor that says Teezy got backdoored by his own people. There's no evidence to back any of this up yet, but here's a theory flying around right now. Yo Gotti wanted Dolph out of the picture and allegedly put a bag on his head. Teezy and other Trula affiliates were already cool with Gotti, so they went to collect the money and get tighter with his crew. The hit went down like it was supposed to, but the shooters were sloppy and ended up getting caught. Even though Teezy was never charged, a lot of people think he was involved somehow, and if he got wrapped up in the case, he could have told the police everything he knew and skated on his own charges. That's why some people think Gotti wanted Teezy gone too. If Gotti really was involved and was in contact with Teezy about the hit, it could have got him sent away for life if Teezy decided to flip. This is all just a rumor though, and right now there's no evidence even linking Gotti to Dolph's death. People want to tie Gotti into the situation because he's a big name and it would make the whole story even crazier. But in reality, it probably all happened because of the Trula Mafia and Double R war. Dolph wanted to help other dudes from the streets of Memphis make it out and change their lives. But when you sign an artist who are in the middle of a gang war, you're just gonna end up putting a target on your own back. The trial for Dolph's murder probably won't start till next year, but when Jamarcus Johnson testifies against his homies, we'll find out way more about what's going on behind the scenes. Hopefully the police are protecting him though, because otherwise he might end up like CEO Teezy. Double R and Trula Mafia turned Memphis into a war zone and lost a ton of people on both sides. Big Scar survived it all and looked like he was really gonna blow up in the industry. But then last year, he was tragically pronounced dead after an accidental overdose. The beef cooled off because so many dudes ended up either dead or in prison though. And hopefully it stays that way because Memphis has already lost way too many people to the streets. Rest in peace to everyone who lost their lives.
That shit crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Basically, from what I just heard, This is another example of why the hell you need to stay out the streets, because this shit is absurd, and I can't even believe, like, bro. It's just too much bullshit going on. It's too much money going around to be doing all this bullshit, man. Let's stay out the streets. Let's get this money. Let's push peace, and let's just stay out the way and get rich, man. You ain't finna experience life shooting niggas in the hood and staying in Memphis. Y'all niggas ain't even been out the city doing all this shit, trying to set niggas up, backdoor niggas, kill your homies, all type of shit. Let's get some money so we can travel and take over the world, man. Let's do that, okay? Let's all come together and do that. And all this gang shit played out is lame. And you're just gonna go to jail for the rest of your life. With men, no women, straight men.